welcome back to the channel. So if you missed us last week, we drove from Alice Springs all the way up through a couple of national parks and waterfalls up to Darwin, met a few crocodiles along the way. If you missed it, I'll put a link up in the top right hand corner. This week we are heading to the Bungle Bungles, very special one for you coming up. Here we go. Well, good morning. So today we have got up early, it's about 4:45 I think we set the alarm for. Got picked up at 5:15. And we're now at Kununurra Airport. Because what we're going to do is we're going to fly down to Purnululu National Park, or commonly known as the Bungle Bungles, and we're going to land down there on the plane and do a bit of a walk into Cathedral Gorge, try and get some shots along the way. Definitely get a shot of Cathedral Gorge. It's been on my hit list for a very, very long time. And then fly back up again. So it's a full day. I think it's 6 in the morning we fly, and we arrive back about 2 p.m. So let's go and check it all out. Here we go.
Shoulder, one across your lap and buckle in. George will come through the cabin shortly and make sure you're all secure. Doesn't have to be overly tight, make sure it's loose enough that you can lean forward and see out the window.
Okay, on board the 12-seater, there's probably about 8 of us on the flight. Managed to get a window seat, so got this on my lap. So let's see if we can get some shots on the way down. Let's go. So there's a couple of ways you can get to the Bungle Bungles from the town of Kununurra. You can either fly down or you can drive down, and the drive is about a 5-hour drive with a fairly intense 4-wheel drive track with about 6 creek crossings and lots of boulders on the track. We flew.
We're late coming out of lift off to another system known as Spillway Creek. Spillway Creek is one of the 5 primary overflows of Lake Argyle, meaning when Lake Argyle reaches capacity, excess water will overflow to Spillway Creek. Also observe the large ore drop down wall down there, and it's impressive 300 metre length. Makes for a very impressive drive to go over. I highly recommend it.
Right, so we're here. Our pilot Matt got us down very safely down on this little dirt track runway. It was quite interesting to come in on. So they've even got a little kiosk down here, down at the airport, and I think we're about to jump on like a 4-wheel drive bus that sort of gets you into the main area, and then we'll start walking up the gorge. We've got our guide Bill that's here with us, so it's a pretty full-on day I think today. Really looking forward to the gorge. I've seen so many shots. You know, I've done the end of that gorge, but I think we're also going to do one of the lookouts as well that sort of takes you and looks over the spires of the Bungle Bungles. But you would have seen some of the shots that I took when we came in, and they were just absolutely amazing to see. So I'm sure Bill's going to give us loads of information today, so I'll bring that along to you as well. Let's go.
Incredible. Like, did you know that there's 2 or 3 other World Heritage sites in Western Australia? One of them being Shark Bay, down on the west coast. And I only talk about Shark Bay because it shares a feature. You've got all these different ecological niches, so you've got the range. You know, often I say this is how people would have lived, but people still maintain a lot of those cultures. Make sure you have some water.
So probably our second stop of the day. We just had a bit of a education session there with our guide Bill. We've just stopped quickly here because we're going to head in and have a look at some of the domes here at the Bungle Bungles. So I just wanted to get a first shot set up here. Little path heading into the distance. Got some amazing domes right in front of us here. These are really big. These are probably, I'd guess, about 80 to 100 meters high.
And the other thing is, of course,
incredible. If you look very closely, you might even see where some of the termites have built mounds into the side. It's quite common for this to happen as well. We've just learned from our guide. Beautiful place, very peaceful. Okay, let's check out the first shot here. When you take a trip that's not a photography trip, it's a guided tour, that you risk slowing the group down to get a shot. But I had a chat with Bill earlier, and Bill was very good about it. Take your pictures, not a problem. So we've actually just come down to the riverbed here, and there's just spotted quite a nice shot. A lot of these lines in the rocks that are sort of just leading into the domes there. And what I've done is I've set the camera up. I've just walked away from the group here, but set the camera up down a little bit lower just to try and capture a lot of these sort of leading lines in the bottom of the frame. And then it's matched with the some of these peaks and the domes. Have a look out on the left frame here. There's a cracker of a pyramid-looking dome as well on the left of frame. Anyway, let's see how the shot came out. Let's check it out. Wow. All right, we have arrived at Cathedral Gorge. What a place! It's everything that you read about, everything you see in photos. I don't even know if I can capture how immense this place is. It's absolutely spectacular. There's two waterholes as you come into the gorge. There's this one right here in front of us, and there's one further down. The local people ask that you don't throw stones. I was thinking, gotta love these local people. They love their reflections too. So, unfortunately, though, the water has a bit of a skin on top, so we're not getting any reflections off it. So, the gorge is amazing. What a place! I'm standing right at the back right now, so the actual roof line comes down at about 45 degrees. To the back of the gorge, which is where I am right now, and some really nice rocks in here to put in the foreground when you take a shot. So what I've done is I've put the camera very, very down low. Let's see if I can just get everything in shot here. There we go. So I've got the camera down low. I'm trying to get a couple of these rocks in the foreground, and because of the scale of the place, this place is immense. I'm actually shooting portrait mode, and I'm sweeping across doing a panorama, so it's probably about an 8-shot panorama right now, because really what I want to do is get this curve of the roof line up here as the top of the frame, some rocks in the bottom of the frame, and the pond, and then obviously the entrance to the gorge as well. Now getting all that in one shot is going to be difficult, so I'm also 5-shot bracketing, because that's very bright out here. And it's actually quite dark inside the cave. You can see my camera's auto-adjusting for light here. It's having a good old time. Now that some of the other tourists have left, it's very, very peaceful. It's very quiet. What a place. Okay, here's the first shot of Cathedral Gorge. I'm going to have a look around. I've come to the position A1 first, because I wanted to come all the way around the back and shoot down the gorge. So here's the first shot, panorama. I'll put all the settings up at the end of the video so you can see what the settings were and how many shots it was, etc. Let's check out the first shot. Here we go. So that was the first shot. What I've done now is a second shot where I've got the tripod slightly higher now, looking over the rock and sort of accentuating the pool in the centre here. So another big panorama, portrait mode on the camera. I'll put all the settings up at the end so we can see what the settings were. Okay, let's check this out. But we got a few people in the at the end of the gorge with us right now, so I'm trying not to disturb them too much. The scale of this place is really incredible. There's a pool, and when you look up here, it's absolutely insanely big. So I just noticed there was a couple down here by the pool. It was actually the pilot of our aircraft is here with his girlfriend on the same tour as us. So he joined us on the tour. So I thought, let's see if we can get a shot of the two of them. And I caught them just as he was pointing at something up on the wall with her. So here's that shot from the other side of the gorge looking in. Here we go. Check it out. Possibly the last shot. I've turned the camera portrait mode here, and I've done a huge panorama of the whole site here. I hope this shot really captures the scale of this place, because it is absolutely enormous. But when there's no one here, it's very, very quiet. It's incredibly peaceful. I've just noticed down the wall on the side here, you can see obviously where the water comes from for the water hole. It must run down the wall here and run across into the water hole. Beautiful. It's amazing there's still water in the hole actually, considering it's about 38 degrees to get today. So, but I think it's here all year round. Amazing. Okay, probably the last shot. Let's check this one out. Here we go. Alright, so left the gorge, went and had a bit of lunch. Down at there's a little accommodation place here, a bit of a lodge that's been built. So you can stay over there. They've got cabins, they've got camping and all that sort of thing. Although camping, 38 degrees, not sure I'd be first in the queue for that one. So we had a bit of lunch down there, and then we've just arrived back at the airport, and we pretty much get the plane to ourselves on the way back, because the people that flew down with us are going to stay over in the lodge overnight. So we're heading back to Purnululu now, and about to jump in the plane. On the way back we'll fly over the Bungle Bungles again, and then we'll also fly over the Argyle diamond mine, so we'll try and get a couple of shots of that as well whilst we're in the air. So alright, we're about to board. We'll see you up there. Cheers.
Welcome back overhead the Bungle Bungles. Now very shortly off crowd 2 to 3 blocks, we pass a large gorge known as Klick Gorge. Despite its name, it's not exactly the gorge, which is erect, and hydro is reserved for the gorge, which will be shortly flying over. You're going to make a right turn turn, you very shortly pass the rest of the
Well, that's it. We are back. Just landed at the airport here. Just disembarked the aircraft. And anyway, if you enjoyed the shots, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We're doing our lap of Australia. Want you to come along with us. I'm going to put all the shots up now with the settings. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.